Hi, hello, welcome. This is the first reaction video we're ever gonna do.
Kind of. Yeah.
Pretty much, first one. And it's come about because everyone in the US lost TikTok last night.
Yep. It literally went dark.
It went dark. So we're actually gonna react to that because we watched it happen.
Yeah. We stayed up most of the night watching it happen live.
And also because we got started on TikTok before YouTube, before anything. We
Yeah.
we were TikTok creators. We still are TikTok creators. We still make videos on there daily. So it was
It was an
weird.
experience.
It was harrowing.
Yeah.
It was harrowing.
From all the farewell, the heartfelt farewell videos that the US creators were making, my heart. Also, we still don't know what's actually going to happen. We don't know if it's coming back. We don't know if it's not. But we'll get into that a bit later. But
I'm gonna let you start. You got ideas. You got thoughts. You got
we end
feelings.
we ended up going back onto lives of creators we used to watch when we were just watching TikTok before we were creators.
So
Like me and Dan first got together, you introduced me to TikTok. So you were showing me
yeah.
these creators, and by the end of obviously the TikTok ban happened, we went to those creators as they were live
Yep.
and watched it just stop.
Yeah. They had guessed. Well, I think they got emails from something that had
Yeah.
said it was gonna stop at like 10:30 Eastern time, and at like 10:34
Uh,
it began,
that's when we saw it beginning anyway.
which is just clearly different users were on different servers, and they were just disabling the servers one by one. So there were multi calls where there were calls of multiple people in, and then one person would just disconnect or just freeze. They
And then
wouldn't.
they'd know.
They wouldn't even disconnect. They would freeze,
Yeah.
and it was coming. It was
And then
weird.
the loading wheel on TikTok just started going.
Yep. But it was more the content because it's like
Oh,
it's people's livelihoods, and even people whose isn't their livelihood. Like this isn't our livelihood. Like TikTok isn't our livelihood. I work full time, and yet still, the concept of watching someone else lose something that you do, is awful.
yeah.
Like properly, people have loved this app, and have found a passion, and you watch it got stripped away. It gets stripped away.
It took me back to 2020. Oddly, I was thinking of 2020 when everyone jumped on the app because we were all stuck inside all over the world,
Yep.
and everyone just came together through that app. And it felt oddly similar last night. Everyone was just staying together, watching it happen, and saying goodbye to the Americans.
Yep.
I know we're all still here. The rest of us are still on it.
And if you're
But
watching
oh my
this,
god,
you're watching this on YouTube still, so you're still here. But
that app did
good.
bring so many people together
Mm-hmm.
all over the world.
Really strange how when all your governors and like senators invest heavily in Meta, and that
Hmm.
information's readily available and found out by the public that they heavily invested their in stocks and shares in Meta to then vote to ban this thing. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird to watch, and it was weird to watch like the people on the lives, people posting videos. It was emotional, like they were emotional, and again, it didn't. We've still got TikTok here,
Yeah, so it
but it
doesn't.
was emotional for us.
Yeah, because we
It,
watched them.
yeah,
We watched their content. We for years.
we've got friends on there
Yeah,
that are from the US. There are people that we speak to day now that are from the US that we've met through TikTok.
crazy.
Like once you're at the point of like you guys messaging each other and like getting each other added on Discord or whatever it is to keep on touch, it is a media blackout,
Yeah,
but in the weirdest like
yeah,
we're gonna completely screw you over kind of way.
yeah. It's like, don't get us wrong. There's other platforms and everything, but TikTok is where all the
It
positives
is
thrive.
the best platform that has been out there, for me, at least.
It
Like,
has the reach of the whole world.
yeah, but it's the fact that anyone can post, but it has comparative to most other platforms. Anyone can post on any platform, really, but it is the one where you could post and you're more likely for at least some people to see it and find a like-minded community.
Yeah,
Like you could post on YouTube and the algorithm sends it to one, two people, and you're never going to find a like-minded community that way. The same on Facebook, the same on Instagram. TikTok, anyone could do that. We didn't start TikTok as content creators.
No, we were just watching.
TikTok made us content creators. Like, we watched and then
We liked to watch.
Okay, that's creepy.
No, I have to.
No. But like, we started, like, I had TikTok, gotten Dean into TikTok. You started making TikToks during lockdown. Lockdown ended, so we could see each other again, and we started making TikToks together as something to do as a couple, to get to know each other better, because there was a whole goddamn lockdown that started 2 months into our relationship.
Something to do, something fun to do.
Yeah, and by the algorithm of TikTok, a video did well and kind of started there. So watching people that have come about the same way, that have found their communities the same way we have, watching that getting taken away is one of the worst things I've watched.
Yeah, and for the people that don't care about TikTok and stuff like that, this isn't. Call me dramatic. It's just it was sad.
Yeah, no, it was. It still is sad, and it'll most likely come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, most likely, that's going to be the case.
Yes, and this is another point we wanted to say. I do think they're coming back in one way, shape, or form.
Well, the ban wasn't even to prevent them showing content. It's the bans on our internet providers get charged heavily. I don't know if it's TikTok or the internet provider. My understanding was it was the provider.
Yeah.
But it could be TikTok. But like, we'll fine you $5,000 per user every 12 hours when you've got 170 million users.
Yeah, that's just not going to stand, is it? So and the fact that with all the messages that were sent out, the notifications sent out to the US users, it heavily sounded like it was temporarily. You are going to come back.
Yeah. From
the first one being temporarily unavailable to this one, to the later one saying for now and stuff like that. TikTok wants to come back in the US.
TikTok didn't want to go away. TikTok is just not bowing down. The one good thing I look at of that situation is from a bill being brought in, where it's a law that was brought in attached to another bill, so it didn't get looked at properly and got sped through the fucking Senate, whatever, and Congress and all that crap, and didn't get questioned. The fact that in such overridingly, it looks corrupt as fuck, is what I'm saying. It looks corrupt as all hell by people that are just out to make as much for themselves as possible. The guy that's fought the most against it and turned down the 270-day ban has a book coming out about China in the next month. Interestingly.
Very interesting.
Interestingly. But it just looks corrupt, and the fact that TikTok did not bow down to that peer pressure.
Yeah, and they've tried to fight back with it.
Yeah, because we now can't react on how the users of TikTok in the US are responding to this, because we don't know, because we can't see anything on that now.
Yeah. It's odd. It's weird not seeing them. But the issue is, we are seeing them. The American posts are still getting pushed onto the For You page, right, from the past few days.
Yeah, and they will do for a couple of days. It's going to filter out.
It doesn't feel that different when you're on TikTok. All the profiles are still there. All the videos are still getting pushed.
My algorithm feels different.
Don't get me wrong.
It's already flipping for me. My algorithm's flipping quite quickly.
The ads have changed already for me.
Yeah, that was always to be expected.
Oh,
and on a side note, Facebook made a TikTok profile on the day before the ban comes in, and I'm gonna, you know what? This is the one that really annoyed me. And what they did is they had the audacity to say on their bio, "We believe people can do more together than alone." Fuck you, Facebook. Personally, my opinion. Sorry, were you too busy gathering everyone's data to sell it to China to not do this before now? Were you too busy saying that other people were selling people's data? Which you've been doing for well over a decade?
No, let's not talk about the data leaks.
Oh yeah, Facebook's data leaks.
Yeah.
The amount of user data that's been stolen from them over the last 10 years. Yeah, that would be really bad for us to look up. Really awkward if we did that. Essentially, my reaction to the situation is angry. And I'm not even in the US, and I'm pissed. I think the other side of this, which you wanted to get into, was what will be the next thing that we can see happening. I think it comes back tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it comes back. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be a week, month.
It's most likely going to be tomorrow. 90 days.
Yeah.
90 days, and then it goes from there. See what happens in those 90 days.
Yeah.
But it's, even if it does, I think
it won't be the same.
It will and it won't. There's a ripple effect. It's like a ripple effect. It does change things in ways that cannot be undone.
Yeah.
But I think those changes are not going to be the content that is made on TikTok. I don't think it's been the users that are made on TikTok. I think the changes are going to be people's views on the system that they operate in terms of the country and the government that they operate under. I just think this is like the kind of irreparable damage, but you don't see it until they elect like new governors and new senators, and whenever they do, they just elect governors, don't they? They'll see it in like individual states when shit changes over. Like, a lot of people have essentially screwed themselves and will not realize for a hot minute. It will be a delayed reaction.
It wasn't really that delayed. Everyone going over to Red Note was almost instant.
Oh, that was instantaneous. Yeah, that was fantastic. I loved everything about that. People opening their accounts with their social security numbers as their usernames.
So I felt left out. I've made a Red Note account.
Same. I just wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah.
Just to see what was going on.
And it's all as wholesome as I thought it would be. It's just people sharing animal pictures.
Yeah, you showed me that comment that says shows US content creators shows your cats and you're good. It's like, yeah, fantastic. That's how they welcome people. It's just shows your cat or any of your animals. We're good to go. That's all they need. But it's been a weird 24 hours, and it felt wrong given where we started. Yeah. It felt wrong not to like say something or react to it in some way with what we saw. Obviously, I don't think it means anything to anyone in general, because it was just two people's thoughts on it. But hopefully it was interesting. And I'm going to continue to make videos. And I'm going to continue to make videos on TikTok, on here, and anywhere else I bloody well can.
Yes. To
find the audience that we lost. We lost
50%.
I mean, we lost essentially 120 to 140,000 followers on my account. Then we've got your account as well.
Yeah. Which there will be a crossover. Don't get me wrong. Heavy crossover.
But it's a lot of people that you spend a lot of time building community with, and it's like, I almost have survivor's guilt. It feels like survivor's guilt. It's like, we're still here, but it doesn't feel right that we're still here when you guys had to go. It's like survivor's guilt. That's pretty much what it is. And
so, a lot of people don't care. A lot of people don't care. It's like, oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
Move on. I care.
I think we're in this weird position where it's like, we don't do this full time, but we have done this for 5 years.
Yeah. And
it started there. So we have this weird, like, this view that not many people have, in the sense of it actually, like, it was scary. It's scary to see what can happen very, very easily and very quickly, because a bunch of absolute arseholes want to bump their fecking end of year profits.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I see it. That's the only way I can see it. There isn't a national security threat.
No evidence was shown.
No, there wasn't. There was no evidence that it was a national security threat.
They just said that it was.
Yeah.
Obviously, people only focused on the TikTok getting banned. It's a lot of other things could and probably will get regulated.
But that's state-run media. Yeah. Where's freedom of speech in that? Where is freedom of speech in state-run media? Should be interesting. Yeah. When the situation changes, we might do another one of these. But
as of right now, this is day one without Americans on TikTok.
Yep. And it's been weird.
And guess what, America? We still can't stop talking about it.
No. You're always the centre of attention. See you in the next video, I guess. Bye-bye.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well, fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing happened.
You're all back. So
they're all back. You know what? It's great. I really love to be up to date with things. But it's back. You're fine. This never happened. This entire video is irrelevant.
We were not over dramatic. Leave us alone.
No, it was all correct dramatics. It was correctly dramatic, and I stand by my statement. And crocodile tears.
Crocodile though.
Shut up.